I got too much paper in my phone, that's facts. They just can't leave me alone like I didn't pay my tax. Online tripping, they be saying this and that. Looking lowercase, no cap. It was all an illusion, I just pulled you out my hat. Check the rap sheet, it's stretched to the back. I can walk it like red carpet while I'm...
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Uncut with Q, and I am your host, Quentin Flores. And guys, today is going to be a very interesting podcast because I want to break down this analogy for all of you that are in the process of trying to figure out the synergy in your productivity days, meaning like the days that you're actually productive versus the days that you're kind of counterproductive. And we all want to be productive. We want to be able to maximize our time. And so today's podcast is going to be an episode kind of like a mentorship type thing, kind of like, just some shit that I've learned throughout the years. And I try to give it to you guys as straight as humanly possible, okay? And so this is something that my mentor gave to me that I'm going to give to you guys on today's podcast. Now, if you're watching this, y'all, I just started a brand new community in school. I recommend that you look in the About Me section. There's going to be a link there to join this private community. On Friday, and this is Thanksgiving week, the price is going to be going up to $297 a month, but you guys get the opportunity to be a part of it for only $25. That link is in the freaking description. Get your ass on the other side. We're going to be going over all types of real estate stuff inside of the community. With that being said, guys, when I first got into business, the thing that I always felt was getting me further was just showing up and then sitting in front of my computer and nonchalantly kind of going from task to task. The reality is this was not productive. This was more seductive than it was productive. Now, keep this saying in the back of your mind for as long as you live. Productivity gets you paid, seductivity gets you fucked. And so every single business has the same 4 key components, and I'm going to go over them in a deep dive in today's podcast, all right? The first key component, and this one is valuable, is called clarity. The second key component is alignment. The third key component is called simplicity, and the fourth key component is called foresight. Clarity, simplicity, alignment, foresight, clarity, simplicity, alignment, foresight. I want you guys to remember this, all right? So I'm going to break this down for everybody that's here, all right? And this is going to be something that's super valuable for everybody that's listening right now, especially if you're working in a real estate company, especially if you got a 9-to-5 and you're trying to scale your side hustle or whatever it is. The first key component being clarity. Clarity is an understanding of what it is that you set out to do the day that you set out to do it, okay? What exactly does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Anytime I go to the gym, there's always intention. I make sure that no matter what, that there is intention, that I start the day with a focused mindset on what type of workout that I am going to be hitting today. Now, once I have full clarity of what that is, the next step is to actually go into the notion of what it is that I set out to do. So if my goal was to hop into the leg press, and then I'm going to do 4 sets of the leg press, 4 sets of squats, 4 sets of Bulgarian squats, 4 sets of leg extensions, then each one of those 4 sets is going to be about 15 to 20 repetitions, drop weight on the last one, and then lift to failure. That is me having clarity on whatever muscle group exercise or routine that I am honoring for that day. What type of clarity are you giving your business? That's number one. Without clarity, you're going to just be sitting in a computer trying to just nudge yourself through task to task. You have to have absolute intention, and intention breeds clarity. Intention meaning that you know what it is that you set out to do, the goals are irrefutable, the actionable steps that need to be outlined to achieve this goal have been put in place. We have clarity now before we start the day that this is exactly what's going to be done. The second piece is simplicity. Guys, a lot of y'all overcomplicate the crap out of these things. You have so many unnecessary steps to get one task done that you never get a single task done multiples at a time. And the reality, guys, is that we just make up believe that we're busy, but we haven't actually simplified the most productive things. Every person that starts a business has a strength and has a weakness. The weaknesses are always going to be there. You're either going to be an implementer, an integrator, or a visionary. That's just it. An implementer is somebody who's just like, let's go, let's do this now. An integrator is someone who's like very big on numbers. Like they just love putting puzzle pieces together. They can work the back end of any system and dominate. A visionary can tell the freaking future. They can tell you exactly what's going to happen within the next 12 to 13, 14, 15 months of your business. Having somebody with vision is a skill set. So guys, these three things allow for you to simplify your business. You have to understand which one you are. For me, I'm an implementer, then I am an integrator, and then I am a visionary. And sometimes I can shift the hats. There are a lot of people that are out here that are killing it in business that are hybrids of these three things. You got Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, a lot of people that are just hybrids of these three different types of people that there are in these businesses. And that's just part of what it is to be an entrepreneur. You're strong in one, mediocre in two, and bad in three. It's very rare that you find somebody that's very, very good with all three. Now, how do you simplify a task that's in front of you? Most of us, we create the illusion that we're busier than we actually are by creating all of these make-believe scenarios, make-believe tasks, and putting them in front of us so that we actually never get a lot done, just a little bit done, and we slowly just kind of nudge ourselves until it compounds over time, which is why most of you guys take forever to see success. Clarity is acting with urgency and having a set goal of what's in mind that needs to be completed before the day comes. Simplicity is taking these different steps that it is to run your business and putting them in a notion where you can actually identify what is unnecessary and what is necessary. All right? And what I love so much about this process, guys, is that you have innovation and then you have optimization. Innovation is a product, right? You've innovated it and you've made it firm, you've made it beautiful. Optimization is when you took a bunch of steps and you categorized them. There's a reason why we graduated from having a beeper all the way to a touchscreen phone that has a freaking keyboard on it, that has a camera in it, that can do literally anything that you want, and has access to the entire world's information. It started with a beeper, and then it grew into this thing. This thing that we have now is technology simplified. Jeff, not Jeff Bezos, but Steve Jobs, one of my favorite integrators of all time. Steve Jobs, and most of you listening to this have no idea that he had absolutely no clue how to build a computer. He just understood the science of people. That's it. And so he wanted to simplify a product and make it so that anybody could use it, even a child. My son is 6 years old and he knows how to use an iPad. Well, at the time he was 6. When he was 6 years old, he learned how to use an iPad. He's 8 now and he can read and write and do all of those things. But 2 years ago, when he picked up the iPad, he had just turned 6. He was still struggling to read his letters, write, all those things. Those are things that were part of just adolescent years growing up, right? And this is what's so crazy about this concept, is that Steve Jobs simplified a product so easily that even a 6-year-old who doesn't know how to read or write completely can jump into the iPad and search the internet and have access to the world of information. Your kids are a firm example of a product that is very intricate, very defined. I don't think anybody here that is listening to this podcast has the mental capacity to even build an iPod or an iPad from scratch, whatever, right? And yet our children know how to use it better than we do. That is a product that has been simplified. And most of us sleep on the simplification of a product. And so think about whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis. You've already optimized it. We've created the steps. We have clarity now. The second piece here is now creating the inner workings of simplifying those tasks so that we actually get the things that are productive done, not the things that are seductive. Productivity gets you paid. Seductivity gets you fucked. The goal here is to get productive. So that's number one. Number one, clarity. Number two, simplicity. Number three, alignment. If your tasks are not aligned with the outcome of your goals, you're never going to reach them. You're never going to reach them. I don't care how bad you want it. What if what you're doing right now as a side hustle isn't something that you want your grandkids to inherit, your great grandkids to know of? If it's not something that's literally legacy building, you're not going to do it. And so whatever it is that you're doing to make money has to be in alignment with an outcome that is bigger than you. It has to be bigger than you. That's the only way that you're going to see it through. Clarity, simplicity, alignment. Alignment means that you absolutely have 100% truth in whatever it is that you are trying to do, and that it gets you further to where it is that you are trying to go. That is alignment. The last piece here is foresight. Guess what happens when you have clarity, simplicity, and alignment together? You can tell the future. You can see opportunities before they even come to you. You know this to be true because it's literally embedded into your DNA now, the A to Z tasks that need to be completed. You've simplified it, you've optimized it, you've integrated it. It's now something that you've innovated. You're ready to go, and it's in alignment with what it is that you're trying to do for the rest of your life and to be remembered among the greats, or however you want to be remembered, even if it's not among the greats, it's just among your family. This foresight is everything because now you're able to see opportunities before they come. Guys, I built a whole platform from the ground up literally 4 weeks ago and is now like making more money than anything else that I'm doing. And I just started it. The community thing that I'm building, guys, that was just a vision at one point. And then I took all of these principles and created it. And now it's something that I can offer to people that helps them become more successful. It's in alignment with what I've always wanted to do. I always want to be in a place where I'm constantly helping, constantly giving, constantly supporting, constantly changing lives, constantly impacting, and just being a pillar for what it is that my family stands on. That's just me. And so for you guys that are listening to this, how are you creating foresight? How do you know all of these other things are put together so well that the outcome is irrefutable because the input is there? Input creates output. The micro commitments create the macro outcomes that we want for ourselves. And so that's my lesson for you guys today. If you feel stuck, there's a big reason for that. And I hope that you apply this 4-part process to what it is that you're doing. These 4 key components are everything into identifying a truthful, fruitful outcome for yourself and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Whether you're getting into real estate, hustling, trying to get into better health or whatever, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. But this right here is how you can break down those day-to-day thoughts. Especially for my guys that are listening to this, you have ADHD. I am one of them. And so I'm giving this to you guys with the hopes that you use it, that you duplicate it, and that it's replicated in everything that you do. All right? So that's my lesson for you guys today. Love y'all so much. I hope y'all are enjoying this powwow. Again, as always, click the link in the bio below and join my new community. I'd love to have you on the other side. We're doing Bible studies on Mondays. On Tuesdays, we're going over the strat, which is the ultimate real estate cheat code. And then on Saturdays, we're locking up deals together, which I'm splitting with the community 50-50. I'd love to see you on the other side. Join the AW Real Estate Cheat Codes on School. Love y'all so much. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Let's get it.